Finding Yourself podcast, take one.
Hello guys, welcome back to Finding Yourself podcast. I'm Abby, I'm your host. I'm so excited to be here with you guys because I just want to make sure that we're recording because a lot of things happened in other episodes where it would be like clear or not clear or whatever, but welcome to my room. I'm so excited to be here. So basically today we're going to be talking all about my Miami trip. I kind of just want to go ahead and talk to you guys about it, tell you guys how it went. So if you guys are cleaning your room, in the car, driving, wherever you guys are, sit back, relax, enjoy this podcast, and I'm going to recap this weekend. So basically a little story time of the reason why I decided to come back to Miami is because I was getting a lot homesick. I was just getting really, really homesick, and I just miss my family. Mother's Day was around the corner. It was maybe like 2 weeks ago, and I wasn't able to be there with my best friend. And my best friend Gabby, like she just became a mom, and one of my good friends, like she lost her mom, and I wasn't there for her. And then my sister, she's pregnant. No, I'm just kidding. And my mom, this was the first Mother's Day that I didn't get to spend with her. So I was very intentional with, honoring them and loving on them and everything. And I just remember being at church, and the pastora, like our spiritual mom, she was preaching and she was talking about like, what if like your mom isn't there, and that be thankful for what you have. And I just felt like, I kind of took my mom for granted in the sense. So I just, I wanted to come back, and shout out to my family. They all pitched in to buy me a flight to come back to Miami, and I got to spend the weekend there. So that's the backstory of the reason why I got there. I was just homesick, and I think homesickness is such a real thing because I think another backstory is I was telling my friend about this at dinner. I was telling them I grew up with my family. I grew up with like all these strong women around me, my dad and like my mom, and I grew up with like my titas and like my aunts, and honestly like I just grew up with all of them, and they're just such boss ladies that they're amazing. My family is amazing, and I'm very family oriented, but I packed up my bags, moved cross country, and I'm here. And being here for 2 months alone, of course, like I'm alone, but like I have like people around me, I have church friends, but it's not the same as like having your family, if that makes sense. Like people you can come home to and kind of just like relax to. And it was just like a lot of transitions for me, figuring out my life, figuring out what's next, starting a new job. So it's just like all these things were just happening. And I was like really nervous, and I kind of just wanted to be with family. So that's like another backstory of why I came. But what I was telling my friend is that I grew up with my family. They're like boss ladies, they're amazing. But imagine like leaving everything behind, leaving the family, leaving being a baby, leaving everything like behind to start this new life. And then I come here to California. I'm not like, I wouldn't say spoiled, but I'm not like, treated like baby of the family and like all this stuff. And it's like, obviously it's really hard work to do things, but it was just like really hard moving and dealing with it. And I just miss my family. So that was why. Moving forward, what else? Okay. So I'm just gonna like go back, forward, back. Sorry. I'm a little out of it because I see my neighbors just there, but I'm like, you know what? The lighting is really good. Everything is fine. We love it. All is well. Okay. So here is the tea. Basically, my aunt came. She came a week ago. Basically, my aunt came, and the first day, Wednesday, we kind of just went out. I took her out. I picked her from the airport and I just took her all around LA. We kind of just saw LA. We ate good food. You know, the second day she really, really, really wanted to go to Solvang. So basically what this is kind of like not a German town, but it looks like, how could I say? I'll try to put some photos here, but it looks like this small town, like not German. It's like, it's really pretty. And basically what my aunt was telling me, she's like, it's not about the destination, because the destination is cute, it's small, it's nice, but she was talking to me, it's about the journey, you know. And honestly, we were driving like 2 hours across, and basically 2 hours driving in Miami is different from 2 hours in California, because in California you see the mountains, like you're driving and then all of a sudden you're on a cliff and then you're looking to your left and you see the beach, and you see in front of you see the mountains, and it's just so beautiful. And then we were going through the mountains, like zigzagging, like all the way through, and it was just a very beautiful time. And it was just a awesome journey, like to be able to go and like talking to my aunt about life and finances. Like I really wish I recorded a podcast with her, because just based on the conversation that me and her were having in the car, we were honestly just talking about finances, and we were talking about savings, and we were talking about hacks, and we were talking about investments. So if you guys want a podcast all about like finding yourself through your finances, let me know, because honestly, I wish someone taught me this. I wish someone taught me taxes. I wish someone taught me, you know, all about finances, because not a lot of people teach you about like stocks, or they teach you about like investing, or like creating like these funds for yourself. Sorry, I'm going everywhere. I promise I'm going to go back on track. So we drove from Solvang, and then from there we went to Santa Clarita, which was about 2 hours west. Yeah, 2 hours this way. And we saw her family, we saw some of her friends, some of her childhood friends, and that was just basically her Uber for the day. I'm not mad about it. And then we moved on forward to West Covina to see another one of her friends. So then I got home, you know, super exhausted. And then Friday we went to, where did we go? Friday we were kind of like just traveling all around like LA. In the morning we packed, I unpacked a bunch of things and repacked a bunch of things to take home. And shout out to the haul that my mom gave me. She gave me a bunch of stuff to take home, and it was amazing. So you guys will see that haul soon. If not, it's already up. Like, shout out to content. We love content. And I also didn't tell you, but my aunt, the Wednesday that she came, she told me that she felt from God to come to LA to pay for my groceries. And she was like, I need to come to LA. Like, she was like feeling from the Holy Spirit. She's like, come to LA, Abby in LA. She comes to LA, and she moved here. She came and she bought my groceries. And, you know, she made fun of me because she's like, what, you're packing for a hurricane? I'm like, yeah, it's tough out here. But she bought me groceries and like some things that I needed. And I'm just eternally grateful, because she thought of me and she blessed me. And it was just such a beautiful thing to be able to have your aunt take care of you. And she was telling me that God, like, she felt from God to come. And little did she know that I was just starting my new job. You know, my finances, you know, we were working on our finances. We never say that we're not there, because there's power in your tongue, but we were working on that. And I just ran out of groceries, and little did I know, and we knew that God put her in my path to be able to help me with my finances. And I was like, God, with groceries, I'm like, God, you are like, one thing that I can say about this whole move is that I've never lacked. Like, I've never lacked anything. I've never lacked in finances. I've never lacked in products. I've never lacked in things like groceries. And I think food, movies, entertainment, like these little things that I have never lacked in. And I'm just so grateful to God for it. So moving on, Friday. So Friday, what happened is that I went with my aunt. In the morning, I took her to like the sushi place. It's called Sugarfish. It's so good. If you're in LA, please try it. It's like these, like, they give you like sashimi rolls, and it's like one after the other. It's just an experience, and my aunt was there for experience. And then the other day we had like hand rolls, like sushi hand rolls, because your girl loves sushi. I can eat sushi every day. We had that. That was also an experience in katsu. Like, I think it's Katsu. I'll look for the name. And then the day before that, we went to this Filipino restaurant. We paid like she paid a lot of money for that Filipino food, but honestly, it was really good Filipino food. And they gave me this thing called tocino. It's kind of like pork, and that thing tasted like Korean barbecue. I still dream about it to this day, but honestly, it was just like a foodie thing. And my aunt is like more of an adventure and then eater, but she likes good food, so we took her there. And then Friday, she went to St. John's, got herself some little thing from there. I was like, okay, ma'am, I see you in Beverly Hills, Mrs. Ma'am. Then after that, we came back. My roomie took us to the airport. We got to the airport and I headed to Miami. So on the plane ride, I was in the plane, you know, etc. So the first day in Miami, I get to Miami, and as soon as I get off the plane, right, one of my good friends, like my bestie, so Priscilla, she comes and she gets me. She picks me up from the airport at like 5:30, 6:30, and I get there at 5:30. She gets me at 6:30, and then from there we get breakfast at Starbucks because she's like, oh, let's go to the beach. And I was like, little do you know, I have a photo shoot. Because why am I like this? I don't know. Like, I told her, I remember texting her, I was like, so she's like, yeah, let's make it a morning. And I'm like, yeah, so I have a photo shoot at the beach. And she's like, can I come? And I'm like, yeah, of course. And then I'm like, and I literally texted her, I'm crazy, I know. And she goes, I'm glad that you understand that you're crazy, because I am crazy and it's fine. But your girl, you know, we need money. We need to hustle all day long. YOLO. So I ended up doing this photo shoot with this beautiful girl named Barbs. I did it with Adeline. So shout out to Adeline. Thank you for DMing me and reaching out to me for the photo shoot. So we did a pregnancy shoot because she's like so cute and preggers, and like I love and like the baby's so cute and she's so tiny. And honestly, we took the best photos, and I'm so excited to show you if I have some photos. I don't know if this podcast is going to be like me popping things into the screen, but knowing me, I probably will. But if I don't, and if I'm lazy, make sure to check out Life Films. So at life_films_. So check out Life Films to see all of the finished content. I have a video to edit and I have like some photos to edit. So I'm excited for that. So for you guys to see that, it's really good. So we did the photo shoot with her. We went to 2 locations. We did the first one at Bill Baggs Beach, and then we moved to the other bridge in Coral Gables called Inagram Park, or Inagram Bridge. And I was looking for that name for so long. I literally posted on my Instagram. I'm like, what do you guys know? And people were like, Coco Walk, or this, that. And I was like, thank you guys so much for helping me out with this. So did that, and then right after the shoot we went to my house, and bro, me and Priscilla were exhausted. I showered, and it was my friend Flora's birthday, so we ended up just celebrating her. But your girl was on the couch. I was a potato. I was like not vlogging. I'm like, I'm not gonna vlog. I am tired. I'm exhausted. I am not vlogging. So I knocked out on the couch, and then we had a game night with my best friend Gabby, Steven. We got little baby shadows, and my sister and Jean. We saw all of them, and we were just bonding, and it was just really nice to be with family. The next day is Sunday. Yes, the next day is Sunday. So I went to church, and man, what a journey. So I went to church in the morning, and I was planning to go there a little early, but of course, knowing me, I got there at 9:30. I got there a little late, but I went to the room, and at like 9:15, 9:20, around that time, I went to the room. I said hi to everyone. Everyone from Webcast was like, oh my God, Abby. And then like my old bosses were like, hi. And it was just so crazy seeing everyone. And like they did so much changes to the Webcast room, and so many changes like there. And I was like, whoa, it's so crazy being back here, like seeing them doing webcasts, and I haven't thought of webcasts in 2 months. And it's just so crazy that when I got back there, it was just like this automatic click that I was like, whoa, I'm here now. Like I just felt like I was in Miami, not on a trip, but living here. It was like the weirdest thing, and I'll get more into that as the episode goes on. So I say hi to everyone. I say hi to the people. I see all my friends. I'm like, hey guys, da, 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 what's up? And they're just asking me how LA was. It was a beautiful time. And then I went inside to receive. So I received. It was beautiful. It was Pentecost Sunday. So I'm glad, filled with the fire, filled with the Spirit. We were like speaking in tongues, like going back and forth, praying. I got filled. I got prayed for, which is really beautiful. And I really miss I love the worship, and I love going up and just being free. And of course I do that in my church, but it was just different, so I went up and I received, and it was great. So after that, after church, we went to, where did I go to? We went to dim sum to eat with my family. And something about my family is that they love to eat. They love food. We love food. They're big foodies. I'm not a huge foodie, but they are foodies. Hence why I know things, because it's them. And we basically went to dim sum, and it's called South Garden in Miami. If you guys ever want to try it, really great dim sum place. So we went there. I saw my dad. I got to see him. I was so happy to see my dad. I missed him so much. And then after that, I went to my car, and after lunch, it was just going home. It was just this weird, not outer body experience, but it just clicked that when I put home, it was my home in LA and it wasn't my home in Miami. So I was like, oh snap, I have to put my address. And then I put it, and it was kind of muscle memory going back home. And I just remember driving through Miami, and I just felt I was like, yeah. I remember on Saturday, I told my mom, I was like, yeah, Mom, I'll drive separately from you for church. I'll just take my car. And then I realized, I was like, wait, my car's in LA. My car isn't Miami. And then I remember driving home, and I was like, yeah, I'll see them tomorrow. I'll see them next week for Father's Day. And I'm like, wait, my home is in LA. It's not in Miami anymore. But it was just automatically clicked when I got back, and it was the weirdest thing. And then I got home, and what did I do Sunday? So then Sunday went home, and then I was editing pretty much all day, just working on work stuff. And then after that, at night, we ended up going to Los Ranchos, because we were going Los Ranchos. We were gonna go to Santorini in Miami Beach. However, it was Memorial Weekend. We just didn't want to. We just didn't want to go to Miami Beach. It was just not, because everybody was going to be there. It's going to be really packed, and we were not all about that. And we were not. So we went to Miami Beach. We went to the falls, and we went to Los Ranchos. We ate there. It was good food, good times. I miss being with my best friend, and we were just bonding and everything. And then we go home, and, of course, another game night. So we're there just bonding, chilling. And here I'm just waiting for certain news from my sister, but no news there. Sadly, I would have known, but it's not, but the day it happens, we will be the first to know. I keep having this hunch that it's going to happen, but I feel like she's just going to surprise me and be like, oh my God. So we go home, and then I remember going out with my best friend, and we were in the car, and I just remember, when you have those heart to heart conversations, and she was just there for me, and it was just a lot that was going on, internally, that I just needed a best friend time, and I just needed my best friend. And I'm so grateful that not we both got to cry together, but I'm grateful that we both got to have this opportunity to be with each other and just, bond, and just realize that we've been best friends for so long. And it's just so beautiful, having someone that you can count on. And the night before, so just having my best friend there and just being there, and it was really beautiful. And the next day, on Monday, what was it, Monday? Yeah, so Monday in the morning, we wake up, we go to the hotel, and I'm driving my family. I was like, family time, shout out to all my friends that really wanted to hang out with me. I really wanted to hang out with you guys, but it was just there was so much that was going on in the weekend that physically, I tried to fill every nook and cranny of time that I had, because obviously time is money, money's time. I had to keep going. So Monday we ended up going to the hotel, and it was Memorial Day. And I kind of just spent the day editing because I needed to catch up on work stuff again. So I finished all my work stuff. So I was working like for a few hours on that and then just like editing, etc. in the lobby. It was fine. Then after that, I got ready for dinner. We went to dinner at this place called Boathouse. It was really nice. And then after dinner, me and Priscilla, we were like, oh, let's go into the water. So we hopped into the jacuzzi and we had like the best heart-to-heart talk. And I love like heart-to-hearts, and I am a very deep person. I'm a very extroverted person, but I'm an extroverted person that loves like one-on-one and deep conversations. So I think that's why all my closest friends are just very introverted, and all my closest friends are very to themselves and like one-on-one, because I can like automatically like deep conversation. Yes, bet, let's do it. And then so we had that, we were talking about life, and I just love those people that can I was talking about this with a friend today, that we like people that kind of how do you say it, not drain us, but those people that lift us up. So like Priscilla and Gabby are like those type of friends that like don't drain me, that they like fill me up and cheer me up. And I'm just grateful for friends that energize you and that like are there for you. And it's so beautiful to have like good friends that truly love you and care for you and like are rooting for you. And you know, like both of them said the same thing, that they're like, we're rooting for you, we're proud of you, you're so brave, you know, you're doing great, and you know, don't be too hard on yourself. And I was like, okay. And, you know, yeah. So we had that. And then the next day, on Tuesday, I was with family again. And then once the family, I don't know why I'm a pinky. I was like, my pinky's like, pinky up. I don't know. Wow. My pinky was just, she was just like chilling there. So Tuesday we left the hotel, and then after the hotel we went home. And as soon as I go home, I had my friend come over. So I did a podcast with Tati. So if this podcast is out, we did a podcast all about health, all about finding yourself through your health. And I'm on this health journey, and it's different because I feel like this one's actually going to work, and this one's for me. And something that she told me, you'll hear in the podcast, but she's like, take it one day at a time, you know? And I love that podcast. I love Tati. That was just such a beautiful friendship that just like came through the move. And honestly, it was because of the move, like we became super close. She's just been rooting for me. She's been there for me. She's been pushing me. She's like, hey girl, like, where's the photos of your food? I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm bad. I'm sorry. So you'll see that podcast there. So shout out to that. And then after that, I kind of just, what did I do after the podcast? Yes. So after literally, like we got home from the hotel, did the podcast. Right after the podcast, which ended late, I zoomed up north to see my girls. So I saw Gina, Gabby, Jen, and Kim. I saw my girls. We had dinner. We had girl talk. It was great. We love girl talk. And, you know, those are also girls that I think that are going to be forever friends. So they're amazing. Those are amazing. Like we're all cheerleaders for each other and ready to take over the world together. And I'm just proud of each and every one of them. And like their goals, their dreams are driven, and we're all just so creative. And I think it's so beautiful that we became a family through our work. So I think it is beautiful that we still have those friendships. And I don't know. I'm like a huge community person, and I'm grateful that they spent time to like take time even out to hang out with me. Cause the last time we hung out was February, right before I left. So sorry, I'm like out of breath. I'm like talking a storm. So after dinner, basically I went home, knocked out. And then Wednesday I woke up, I packed with my mom, and we kind of just filled my suitcase with possibly everything that I could possibly do. And then as I was doing that, at 10 a.m. I had a photo shoot with Rose, and it was a great headshots. We did some headshots. We did a video, and that turned out really well. And then after that, I literally headed up to my friend Daphne. I headed up to her house, and we did a podcast like for an hour. And then once we did the podcast, which was really good, stay tuned for that. That's going to be a really good podcast. Hopefully it's out by now, but if it's not, it's going to come out soon. But I did the podcast with her, and then after that I headed home, got an Uber, headed to the airport, and I barely made my flight. Like, it was like, the flight was at 5:15. I got there at 4:45, and I was like, I got there right when we started boarding. Bro, I was running. I was like, oh my God, please, I don't want to miss the flight. So this weekend was just filled with a lot of, like, 2 photo shoots, 2 podcasts. Like, I got to see a lot of people from church, and it was just very refreshing. But something that I was telling my friend yesterday is that I was telling them that I love Miami, but I felt like it was a little too soon for me to come back, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know how to say this without feeling like I'm grateful. Like, I don't know how to say this without feeling like I'm not ungrateful. Like, I'm very, very, very grateful that I'm able to go, but I felt like mentally I wasn't ready to kind of see everyone and see everything. And I felt like, I guess I feel like a lot of things in my life are unstable. So I kind of wanted to go back when I felt stable, but I know that we're not always perfect. And I think that's the perfectionism in me, that I was like, I need everything to be together. I need to be fine. I need to be great. But I'm really glad I got to go back. Honestly, like, it was just like this click that I was there, and I was like, bro, like, I'm literally back home. Like, I got to my couch, I got to my bed. I was like, bro, I'm home. Like, I can chill. But then there was like deja vu. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to go to my computer to edit. And I'm like, wait, my computer's here in LA. And I was like, oh yeah, like, I'm going to go to my closet and look for my clothes. I go to my closet. It's just filled with a bunch of stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to go get my car. And I'm like, my car's in LA. So it was just like this weird, like, deja vu or like out of body experience. And I was like, I moved. But then when I got home to Miami, I clicked back to my old self. And a part of me is like, how do I explain it? A part of me is like, I'm very spoiled in Miami, and everything is handed to me. Everything is like easy over there. Like, all my friends are there. Like, it's my comfort zone. And here in LA, like, of course, like, I have built community and I built friendships and I built a lot of things, but it's in the process. Like, everything is in the process of growing, of moving forward. So it was just like really hard because I just had to grow from it, but yeah. So I guess a few things that I learned is like a lot of things about finances. I felt like I need to get my life in order. I need to learn boundaries. I need to learn growth. I need to learn to keep persevering. I need to learn to not give up. I feel like I just need to learn to like be healthy. And like, I came here to LA to just break a lot of habits that I didn't do in Miami. And I felt like I went back to my old habits, back to my old self. And I feel like here in LA, I want to become the best version of myself. I want to keep moving forward, like communicate more, like do things that I never did in Miami, and become the best version of myself. And I am here finding myself every single day. I'm here, looking towards my identity, looking for growth, looking on ways to grow, looking on ways to better myself, looking on ways to better myself spiritually, emotionally, physically. And yeah, and I'm here. That was my process in Miami. I'm pretty sure I had some other things to talk about, but I'm honestly not sure. But I hope you guys like this episode. It was kind of just a recap of my trip to Miami, some things that I learned, my little deja vu moments, and it was just like so crazy being back to the place that I was like used to for so many years, that it just like, it was like an automatic switch that I was like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna do webcasts tomorrow, or like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this today. And then I was like, wait, no, I don't work there anymore. Like, wait, no, like I'm not like this anymore. Oh wait, no, like it was like, I don't know if you guys are understanding my drift, but it was just very different for me. And yeah, but I'm so grateful for everyone I saw, everyone I hugged, everyone I'm so sorry, like everyone that I didn't get to see. Like, I miss you guys so much. I miss you guys. I love you guys so much. And I know like a bunch of people were reaching out to me. They're like, hey, are you here? Can we do something? And I was like, I love you if I'm here for longer. But maybe next time I'll come and it won't be as like work filled, but it'll be for vacation. But I also realized that like maybe I was like, we can't limit God, because I was like, maybe I possibly could be bi-coastal in the sense of I could travel some time to go to Miami to do some shoots, and then I can travel in LA and do some things. So it all depends on my work schedule, and all depends on what God wants for me in this season. But I'm so excited for this new season. I'm excited because a lot of things are going to change. A lot of things are growing. And I am so grateful for every season that has been happening. And I can't believe it's already June. Like, it's so crazy that it's June. I don't know when this is going to be uploaded. So if it's in August, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do better with my scheduling. But I need to catch up on all of my edits. So I just wanted to record this to kind of talk a little bit about it. So yes, this is me going back to Miami 2 months after, because I was homesick, and this is what you do when you're homesick. And I guess like some advice that I would give someone that is like maybe moved or they're feeling homesick, I would just say like communicate with your family and tell them like, hey, I miss you guys, I love you guys, what is it that I can do? Like for me, I love to receive love through words of affirmation and physical touch, but I like to give my love through gift giving. Like I like study the person and I'm like, okay, what do they like? So I'll like send a gift, or I'll send flowers, or I'll do something to kind of just say like, hey, I'm thinking of you, like I know I'm not there physically with you, but I'm going to show you I love you in this way because I want you to feel the way that I feel for you there when I'm over here. And I also realized that I've just had to be more intentional with my time, with my friendships, with my communication. And yeah. So yeah, that's that. My aunt paid for my groceries. I'm so grateful for her. Some friends of mine paid for like this food, like it's not food and wine festival, it's kind of like food wine festival minus the wine. It's like this food festival. We went and they paid for it. They're just so amazing. My aunt gave me money, like my mom gave me all of these things that you'll see in the haul. My aunt, all my family, my sister paid for my flight. Like, it's just so amazing to have, like, I don't want to cry. It's just so amazing to have such a great foundation and such a great people at home that, God forbid everything fails in my life, or, things don't go as they should and I have to go home and I have to move back, which is not going to happen because we're going to make it. We're going to make it no matter what. But it's just so amazing to have family to be like, no, like, you got this. Like, I believe in you. And there were many times in this move, in this transition, that no one saw, that I just wanted to give up, that I didn't believe in myself, that I didn't know where I was going to go or what was going to happen. But I came back so refreshed, and I came back so filled with joy and filled with love, that I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to conquer the world. I'm ready to go after my dreams. I'm ready to conquer my fitness health. I'm ready to conquer different things in my life. And I think sometimes you just need that wake up call to be like, okay, it was crazy because I was in Miami, but I felt like I wasn't there anymore, if that makes sense. Like when I visited my friends or when I saw my people, and I was like, bro, I'm not in the same place that I was 3-4 months ago. And it's so crazy to see that I've moved on into this next chapter of my life. So coming back, it wasn't a step back, like I wouldn't say that, but I just felt like I was like, whoa, like I easily snapped back into that person, and then my thoughts were like going haywire and stuff. So I realized that maybe the next time I visit to Miami, it might not be for a while from now, or who knows, maybe I'll be back next month. That's the beautiful thing about this journey of finding yourself. You never know what's gonna come next. I'm probably gonna be here rambling about this, and then next month I'm like, hey, I went to Miami, and you're like, Abby, get yourself together, girl. And I'm like, I know, I'm trying. So this podcast is literally Finding Yourself Podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. That is the end of this episode. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys just enjoyed the tea, honestly, and get ready for the content, because the content is gonna be good. Also, disclaimer, this channel is not a tea channel. This is not a tea channel. This is not a tea channel. Not a tea channel. This channel is for Jesus and for God, and honestly doing podcasts that God has shown me to do. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you guys enjoy this episode. If you guys like it, give it a big thumbs up, like and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social media, will be linked down below. If you guys are listening through Apple Podcasts or Spotify or any of the digital platforms, make sure to rate it 5 stars. Give us 5 stars because we want to be 5 stars and we want to move on up because we are believing and growing and moving together, and I'm putting all this time and energy into these podcasts. So yeah, I love you guys. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I hope you guys kill it in anything that you guys do. Know that you're a rock star. Know that you got this. And whatever season that you're in, if you feel like you're struggling, know that God will provide for you. If you feel like lack, know that God is there for you. If you feel lonely, know that there's someone there to comfort you. If you guys ever need anything, please DM me on Instagram or anything at Abster7 or finding yourself _podcast. DM me your stories or comment down below on this video, anything, and I'm here for you. If you guys need prayer, comment down below your prayer request. We'll pray for you guys in the comment. If you guys want to start doing that, where you guys put down your comments, and in the next podcast I pray for you guys, or I even do a podcast where I pray for you guys, let me know. Honestly, this podcast, I love this podcast so much because it's literally finding yourself, and you can find yourself in any little thing, whether it's spiritual, whether it's natural, whether it's like a trip to Miami. And honestly, as long as you acknowledge God and you're there with God, like he's there. You know, where 2 or 3 are gathered in this place, the presence is there. It's like you, me, the camera, and all of you 1,000 people that are watching. And I love you guys. I know God has something big in store for us, and here is to finding ourselves again. So I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. God bless you.